Kia ora and welcome along to our New Zealand Mums event. My name's Jo, and I'm a single mum of four in Christchurch. If you're watching this recording, maybe somebody has thought this is wanted to share with you a way to improve your health or to create an extra income on the side. So I came across this 5 years ago. At the time, I was looking for a way to improve my kids' health. I was sick of them being sick, to be honest. We were always at the doctors, we were always on antibiotics, and I just got to a point when my little 2-year-old was having ready-proof steroid every other week to open up her lungs, and I just thought, what is this doing to her body long term? It was, it was helping at the time, but it wasn't a preventative. So I started looking online. I tried heaps of the, the gummies and the vitamins from supermarkets and pharmacies, and nothing just really was working. And I came across a post on Facebook, maybe like you guys, and saw our products was fruits and vegetables. And I thought, look, I've tried everything. Why not give this a go? If anything, my kids are going to get healthier. 5 years on, my kids have had like 4 doctor's visits in 5 years, and obviously and a lot less medications. So that was a huge game changer. I had a lot of great results in my own health. And for me, like when I came across this, I was just loving the products and program. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely take a recommendation over from a friend or a family member rather than just Googling stuff. I'm always like, even in lockdown, I was buying activewear that my friends recommended. So when I started like telling all my friends and family about how these products, my kids weren't sick anymore, I have more energy, no more bloating, they were like, what are you doing? And for me, I wasn't looking for a business or way to make an extra income. I have to say that I was pretty lucky that I was financially stable. My husband had a really good job, and I worked part-time as a beauty therapist alongside having 3 kids. But I thought, look, if I can make a little bit extra money on the side to, shout myself a pedicure, a massage. I'd major mum guilt back then. I thought, why not? So I did this super part-time for 3 years, around 3 kids, part-time job and a shift worker husband. And yeah, it was nice to have a little extra income and, be able to like pay for things like I shout my husband up for lunch or put towards holidays was like really, I felt like a really great achievement for me to be able to pay for things rather than him for paying for everything. And then 18 months ago, my life did a complete 180 and I had to move towns from North Queensland to Brisbane, move countries 5 weeks before lockdown. You can imagine that was a pretty stressful time. I had my kids home for 15 weeks full time, so definitely couldn't get a job. And the government was very helpful at helping me out straight away. And that's, I suppose, what I really had made over the past 3 years. This little plan B or side hustle, side income had really become my plan A. And I took 6 months off this business because I just needed to work on myself. And that whole time I got paid from this company and really found the power of what a residual income is, which is really awesome. And now I do this full time. At the moment, I'm in my car, so you can do this from wherever. But when I say full time, I mean like a couple of hours a day around the kids, around sport, around just life in general. And that's what I love, is the flexibility of this. So they health benefits are amazing, the income, but also the community of women and people that I've met along the way. And I definitely wasn't this person 5 years ago. I've had a lot of growth, and that's, to the coaching and the self-development we're exposed through. So that's a little bit about my story. I'm going to share a little bit more later. I'm going to pass over to Ange, and she is going to share around our amazing products and program.
Yep, thanks, Jo. Hi, everyone. So I'm Angie. I've been on the products for now a couple of years. Certainly have made a huge difference to my health and my life, and been a good opportunity to share more about the benefits of them and obviously how the opportunities come about that we can actually share these, improve our health as well as improve the opportunity to bring in an income as well. So I'll introduce you first off to our first set of products, and these are fruits, veggies and berries. Now, they're basically those in a capsule, so we don't need to overcomplicate it, But what we find is that a lot of our supermarket stuff now doesn't necessarily get picked at the best time. And there's lots of chemicals that have been used for them to be bigger and brighter and look great. But actually, the reality is that they aren't always as nutritious as they should be, especially by the time we get them. So these are actually cold pressed, and all the water is taken out as well as the sugars, so you're left with all the nutrients in there. Now they're actually picked at the vine ripeness time, so you're getting them at the peak. They basically absorb into your bloodstream within minutes, so you're getting the full benefits, unlike other supermarket supplements and pharmacy supplements, which I've tried in the past. End up with very strange colour disco wee, which also gives the indication that they certainly wasn't being absorbed into my body. I don't get that from these. So certainly a benefit. Good for improving your immunity, so immune boosting. All nutrients are very good for building up our resilience within our body, so we're feeding off the good stuff, not the bad stuff. Also good to increase antioxidants, which is good for aging as well, so we'll want those. So that's our fruits, veggies and berries. Basically the other products we've got within the capsules, we've got our omegas. Now our omega blend is really exciting because it cuts out the fish, so you're looking at the fact that these are vegan, sustainable. We're not looking at all the contaminants that are in our fish. Unfortunately, we are overfishing, so it's good to be able to support omegas through another source. So we go straight to the source. Our fish don't actually produce omegas. We don't actually produce omegas. We have to consume it within our food. So we've gone straight to the source, which is your algae. So we also cover 3, 5, 6, 7 and 9 omegas. Really good for brain, and also your immune system in regards to your nervous system. So also good for cardiovascular. All of our products are safe to take when you are pregnant and breastfeeding. Big one for some of my friends that are mamas as well, to know that the products are safe. Anything with a warning sign on it tends to make you wonder about the safety, especially when it comes down to times like pregnancies and breastfeeding. So they're great. So really good product to have. Moving us on to what's great with those products, we actually do get with our fruit, veg and berry groups, you get the children's chews for free. So these are basically chewy form of the fruit and veg. So we've got the added benefits of being able to sponsor a child for up to 4 years between the ages of 4 and 18 with this product. So if you've got fussy veggie and fruit eaters, these are fantastic. My son loves them. He actually loves squishing them together and having his fruit and veg in one go. And so they're really nice, really tasty, and have things in them like spinach and cabbage and broccoli, parsley, things that a lot of kids see on their plate and don't necessarily want to eat. So they're fantastic, and obviously we have the opportunities to be able to support families more with that sponsor. So we love those in our household. And so also we've got for our macronutrients. So these are fantastic. They are protein complete shakes. You've got the balance between carbohydrates, good fats, and as well as your protein in there. You've got a lot of added vitamins that come along with those. So you're getting superfoods in there. They're all plant-based, vegan, they are gluten-free, they've got no pesticides, herbicides or GMO. None of our products do. And basically you've got the added benefit in here of pre and probiotics. So really good for the gut. You've got things in there like your vitamin Bs and your vitamin D12, 6 and 3, and C, vitamin C and D. So you're getting a lot in there, as well as your iron and your calcium. So great way to have this is either add it into some other things. Like I have mine, I throw a banana in there. I have it as an afternoon snack. Really good if you're craving a lot of sugar cravings when you're trying to get yourself onto a cleaner diet. because it really does help. It's low GIs, you're getting a slower release of energy, so they're really good if you're tired in the afternoons, really good for people that tend to skip breakfast, so you're getting a lot of nutrients in there. Now this is really good for your gut health. So basically I look at our products with our capsules, are looking at our immune system and our brain function, and then we're looking at our gut health with our shakes. So we've got a really good overall opportunity there to support your health on all those levels. So yeah, I love these. So I shall pass you back to Jo and she'll share a wee bit more. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Ange. And obviously, if you're wanting to know more around the products and program, reach out to who sent you this and we can send you to one of our groups. There's lots of testimonies and things in there that we can show you. And obviously there's tons of research behind this as well. If you're interested in that, like ask the person who sent this to you and they can point you in that direction too. So I'm obviously going to switch it up a little bit and talk more around the business side, the creating an extra income, and more around misconceptions. I know, like when I came across this, there was probably like a lot of misconceptions around a business like this. And obviously after doing this for 5 years, people often come up with the same things. And a lot of it is, I know for me, like being a busy mum of 4, and like you know, I was working as well. A lot of people, mainly work and do this as a side gig, as time. We all feel like we haven't got enough time. And I know, and I suppose going through a lockdown and things, that makes you realize, like you're not rushing around doing all those everyday things. So time, and I think that's the biggest thing. So it honestly is just fitting it in where you can, and that's the great thing about it. It's so flexible. So when I first started, I used to do 15 minutes, half an hour on my lunch break. I do maybe another half an hour when the kids went to bed or when the baby had a nap, just fitting it around life. And that's the cool thing, is that you can be super flexible with this. Another thing was, I suppose, I'm not a businesswoman, I don't know how to run a business, all those kinds of things. The cool thing is that we have a step-by-step system of how to do this. You get personal mentoring, we have online Zoom trainings all the time. And it doesn't matter what your background is. If you're a student, stay-at-home mum, doctor, we all start at the same point. We all have the same amount of opportunity. It's just putting in that time and effort and being consistent. If you can be teachable and coachable, and I said being consistent over 5 years, whether you're spending 15 minutes a day or an hour, doing it a little bit each day does pay off in the long run. And also, I suppose, the price, the cost, people think owning a business, it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I've looked into, I used to be a beauty therapist, buying salons and things like that. And yeah, they were so expensive. And then it's probably a couple of years before you're even making any money. The cool thing about this, it's only $172 in New Zealand or $165 in Australia to own your own business. And that's an annual fee. And what that gives you is an online office where you can place orders. You get drop shipping from straight to the customer. We have a head office in Australia which supports New Zealand and Australia, and we have a warehouse in Auckland that distributes the product, as I said, drop shipping directly to the customer. And you also get obviously all the online trainings, the personal mentoring, and it's just an amazing company to be a part of. So those are probably a few of the misconceptions I had. Obviously, there's lots more out there. I definitely do research on, on this type of business, or get your questions answered. If you're not sure, just ask the questions. I'm going to pass it over to Bridget now, who's going to share a little bit more around this.
Cool, thanks, Jo. Hi, my name's Bridget. I came across our program and product about coming up 4 years ago now. I was actually looking for an online program. I'd tried a few different things in the past and nothing seemed to work. So this kind of popped up like it does with other people across my Facebook screen, and I thought I'd give it a go. So I had amazing success with the 8-week challenge that we have. But that was after that I noticed a few other things starting to happen to my body. I had loads more energy, my skin had cleared, my hormones regulated, and I didn't get any migraines anymore or period pains. Those are just a few of the things I just started to notice. I found myself just recommending the product to everybody, and then when the opportunity came up to look at the business, it just kind of made sense to me, At the time, I was a traditional business owner. I had a very successful catering company, and when I first looked into becoming a partner of Juice Plus, I was like Jo said, and she'd looked into, you know, beauty salons and things like that after setting up a catering company, which is super expensive. Like one of the things that was so attractive to me was that it was so affordable to be able to have your own partnership. And the other thing that I loved was our ability to get paid. So we get paid more than one way. Obviously, with my catering company, I just get paid once, no? So I have a wedding or event, and then the client pays me, and I don't pay everybody else, and then that's it. So with Juice Plus, we get paid 3 different ways. So the first one is pretty simple and obvious. It's a retail sales profit. So we get commission on any of the products we sell. But the best part is like Jo mentioned before, is we don't actually have to have any of the stock. The company does all the hard work for us and ships it to the customer. So we're just literally connecting the customer with the company. The second way that we get paid is bonuses, which is awesome. I love it, because when I had my own company, I never paid myself a bonus. So the bonuses start from the very beginning, you know, from right up front. There's bonuses available on the table. They start from $150 and they can go all the way up to $30,000. And then the third way we get paid is what I like to call the beach money. And this is the residual income part. This is what sets us aside from everything else. And this is what has allowed me to take a back seat in my business the last kind of 6 months. I had really bad hyperemesis with my pregnancy. And then my little boy was born and he had really bad silent reflux. So I just needed to focus on him and not doing anything else. But I still had that residual income ticking along and my business kept going. So yeah, so that is kind of a little bit of a description about how we get paid. And just looking back, I'm just super grateful that I took the time to look into this, you know. I'm sure loads of you got loads of questions and everything like that. So I just say, you know, whoever sent you this, just get touch base and ask any questions that you have. I'll just pop you back to Jo quickly.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, thank you for if you are watching the recording. And yeah, as Bridget said, if you do have any questions, please reach out to the person who invited you, whether you're looking to improve your health, maybe through our products and program, or you are looking at creating an extra income with the business opportunity. You know, I know when I first came across this, I had hundreds of questions too. Wasn't really sure what it was all about. So definitely get those questions answered, get all the information, and see if it's not for you, maybe it's for somebody that you know. And we did the every second Friday. So please come along and invite any of your friends and family that resonate with this. Have a good day.